Hey there, Taurus. It's time for your weekly horoscope for the coming 7 days. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, should you ever wish to get a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you may also simply follow the links down below. A shaving mishap brought me back to last year's look, which I thought was actually kind of funny, seeing as I'm turning 35 on Friday the 11th, but it is what it is. Now, I do want to mention that I have started shifting things up when it comes to the way I read. Those of you who've been watching me for more than a couple of months have probably heard me remark in the past that it was becoming a much more and more of a spiritual strain to keep doing the whole, compartmentalized, get in the zone, read a card, switch gears, get in the zone, read a card. And I prefer to just never leave the flow. Like even in my own waking life, I just don't want to ever leave the flow. So I've decided to actually go back to what I was attempting to make my normal earlier this year. And maybe that's why we got taken back in time with the shaving mishap. So you can look at this as almost like an incoming wave. Look at this as like the Taurus wave. What is going on and integrating into all areas of your life that you are going to be playing with and experiencing, and what for. So in no particular order, again, all of them relevant, we have the Strength card reversed, Emperor upright, Lovers reversed, and Five of Cups in reverse. And so what came through for you, right, because I let it flow, write it all down in my journal here, my poor beat up journal that I, have been working real hard these last few days. We have an identity defining way of life, culture, work ethic, or pattern being granted the opportunity to be purged, and all built or created in that state of being unmade. The honor and support of the return to the true self is dismantling a representational or fabricated self. This will begin to transmute much of your reality to reflect and express what you have long suppressed or overlooked, while maintaining a fabricated self. Yes, this will not be without its share of controversy or internal strife. Deal with it. Because what's happening here is we are getting a chance for you to start calling back into your life anxiously awaited gifts, anxiously awaited opportunities, or even goals that never would have been achieved in a state of falsehood, in a state of faking things, in a state of pretending what you think you're taking on as a strategy or a survival mechanism would pay off, right? Because if the external choices, actions, thoughts, words, and deeds are actually antithetical to what we are holding on to in the core of our true, divine self, then we're going to always be encountering disharmony. And there may be reasons that we took things on in that way, right? Maybe we're looking for a bit of control. But remember, control is the lower polarity of harmony. If we have harmony, we don't need control. It's kind of the lesson of the toxic masculine versus the divine ascended masculine. The divine ascended masculine is harmony and action and flow. The toxic or distorted masculine resorts to control because it cannot create harmony with its choices, actions, words, deeds, and intentions. And so we see this opportunity to now leave a script that maybe was once promised to be the source of great love and light, or maybe even just a sense of control and stability, though it seems to be creating nothing like that. And this is where a lot of the Taurus people, are getting a chance to also take a bit of a step back from maybe a life or a lot of tools or a lot of limitations that you've been living with, or even trying to humor, hoping they would work for years. And so this is the purging of a representational self, behavioral patterns, or things lived by default that may actually have been ingrained and sort of a part of our beingness, right? A false identity defining way of life. This could be a 5-year-old self, a 10-year-old self, a 20-year-old self, but ultimately severing and clearing these limitations will start to once again recall and realign us with things that are ultimately our big goal when it comes to maybe having the highest trajectory, the highest quality of life, right? Our own highest levels or highest experience with our spiritual evolution, our relationships, our jobs, our careers. It doesn't matter how you want to serve the world. We have to pay attention to where the representational self is actually a betrayal of our highest expression. And you will see the more you shift and the more you dismantle of the representational self within all areas of your life and what you have made with it, the more the higher self actually begins to override and support what actually already is in your heart of hearts. So that is what I've got for you, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.